Hello. It's always a pleasure to be back on TS, where we tell it like it is and let the chips fall where they may. And as we always say all the time, truth crashed to earth shall rise again. And I've added a new one of late, man. Okay. We say to all the apostles of Jandam, we shall suffocate you with the truth. Yeah, who said you? Shall suffocate you with the truth. Okay, folks, and we're back again. And of course, I have to ask this question. And you're asking me, KSM, why are t-shirts? What can't for ya, bro? Patrol, mommy, just 2 weeks. My mama putting in a. Okay, but it says, what time is it? And the answer is nation time, folks. It's nation time. Let me start very, very quickly today. Now, check this out. I got a call yesterday from a friend of mine, and he says, hey, KSM, you too, you and your people there, nation building, which means you think nation building will be successful? What's in nation building? And do you know why he was asking me that? He said, KSM, I can't believe it all. That the city has appreciated, fuel prices have come low, GPRTU has announced that because of that, there's going to be a reduction on the lorry fares. And KSM, can you believe? They say the drivers say they won't comply. Hey, and you see, when I talk, you say nation building. Can you believe this? Is that how we build a nation? Charlie, he was so upset that the drivers were saying they won't comply with the directive from the GPRTU. Charlie, check it all. When the prices were increasing because the dollar, the cedi was depreciating, the GPRTU said, look, we have to increase fares for our drivers. And they did. And all the passengers out there diligently paying. GPRTU has increased. Now the cedi is appreciating. Fuel prices have gone low. And the GPRTU said, okay, now that it's going low, then maybe we will revert and also reduce our transport fares. Tro-Tro drivers said that we will not agree. Really? So my friend called me to let me know that these are some of the things that we do as Ghanaians that will make nation building very, very, very difficult. And you know what I told my friend? I said, I agree with you. But let me tell you what makes nation building difficult. What makes nation building difficult is because the voices of reason, who will speak intelligently for people to understand and evolve, those voices of reason just creep back into their own holes when the brainless people are shouting. So I said that the problem is not that people do not want nation building. Everybody wants this nation to be built. The problem, however, is that the pro-nation builders, we are too quiet. Yankasa. And we have allowed the forum to be occupied by the noisemakers. And I said, Charlie, you watch. All those drivers who say they won't comply, they don't know what you're talking about. See, this is where we keep our focus to build our nation. This is where we make sure that nobody distracts us with any acts of lawlessness like this one. So even before I continue, man, to all you Tro-Tro drivers, plenty are complying now. They are thinking, but there are still a few die-hard ones talking about young comply. Listen to this. Listen to one of them.
So what would you say? 110 cities and the edge.
Can you hear this jackass? He will not comply. Can you imagine? And there's another story too. Somebody who actually, listen to this one.
Guys, I'm in Circle right now, and the car loaded is, and the car has come back to the station because we are refusing to pay the actual money he asked us to pay. The government said 50%. He's saying that he's not going to take that 50% from the money. And now we are on our way. He has brought us back to the station that we should get down.
The driver actually picked them, took them and brought them back, that if you won't pay the high fares there, I'm not going anywhere. Folks, these drivers who won't comply and who are acting stupidly, Let me tell you, driver for no. Mom Simon comply no. Let me tell you, actually, I don't say it as effectively as my friend the chairman would say it. So, all the drivers who say they won't comply, listen to the chairman. Chairman, please tell them one more time. Tell them one more time. Look, folks, this is, you know, one time we did an episode and we said we're talking about lawlessness. We stated on TALKSHOP that I would say 100% of the problems we're encountering as a nation in this country, if you trace the root cause, whatever it is you're talking about, I told you that when they trace it, it will boil down to lawlessness. That's it though. All the confusion in this country, all the idiocy, all these impunity, trace everything, folks, and it goes back to one thing: lawlessness. How can the GPRTU, which is your mother company, the team that speaks for you, when the fuel prices were high and the CD was low and you were all suffering, that GPRTU stood up and spoke for you. Say, okay, Charlie, so you all agreed, and he told the whole world that you are now going to give us an increment, which you did. Now that same GPRTU is telling you people, say, Charlie, things are improving, so let's slow down small. Things are improving, prices are changing. You buy fuel every day at a much lower price. You drivers, Tro-Tro drivers now, most complain. Every day you buy fuel at a much lower price. So the same body that was fighting for you to increase your price comes to you and says, right now, why don't we tone it down 15%? We won't comply. Who born dog?
Who born dog? Who born dog? Who born dog? Who born dog?
I mean, no, look, and here's the sad thing, oh. People can say they won't comply and they will just decide not to comply. Lawlessness. This is a sad thing, oh. This is the sad thing. I remember before many of you were born, I think when it was JJ took power and it was all about let's change things now, radical, and things. And there was one guy handling Circle. From the Salifu Amankwa. I've been looking for a speech, Salifu Amankwa. He was handling Circle. So German. And his was that we can't dirty the Circle. What did one drop of paper say to Circle? Salifu Amankwa will come and cane you. So at the end of the day, Circle was the cleanest spot in the whole Ghana. Circle was clean, but this is my worry. Does it have to take us being treated as animals before we comply? It doesn't make sense. Look, I mean, those of you who are Bruche and those of you who have gone to a Bruche and come, people will eat chocolate, they will eat the chocolate and then they'll keep the wrapper in their pocket because they don't see any dustbin around. When they get home, then they take the wrapper and put it in the dustbin. That's how people have been trained. You can't litter. Until people grow up like that, thinking like that. You go to the day nursery schools and they're abroad, they will eat, they'll go and throw it in the bin. If they don't, there's always a bin. Otherwise, they'll keep their litter and bring it home. Yeah, that's it, you know. Somehow, we have lost the direction to the extent that go to Accra, all these flats we are talking about, 90% of them is the littering, apart from the whole the waterway that we are blocked, is the litter. A D plus 6 near Togum. You see a gutter that is flooding, you'll be amazed by the litter. Now who caused some? You and I. We caused some. Who did not. What kind of people are we? And here's what I'm talking about though. When Salif Wamankwa was in charge of Circle, it was the cleanest city, the cleanest place in Ghana. But why? Why don't we think, actually, I've eaten this rubbish, let me take care, let me do the right. Why doesn't it occur to us? Why should we have somebody with a cane and a gun to be at our neck before we do the right thing? And the sad thing is that those with canes and guns at our neck, they themselves sometimes, they are not doing the right thing anyway. But why do we as a people only respond to that? You know, I was going to say something, I almost slipped it. I remember back when Kutu Champong took over and they said prices were too high. Just imagine, you guys are too young, you don't remember. There was a time that people in the market were increasing their prices so much that they introduced something in Ghana called control price. What is that? If it be control price, it took a market on it, Thomas, and away control. And listen to this. The government actually, it was a military government, actually set price, said, this is how you should be selling it. And if you don't sell it, they call something above control. What will be above control? Then the soldiers will come and beat you, not one day above control. So what the market women decided to do was that, hey, I'm not going to sell it at this price, so I'll keep it and I'll hoard it. And secretly, if somebody comes and they want to buy higher, then I'll sell it to them. So they became this issue too of hoarding. Some of you are too young to remember. Charlie, Ghana here, you couldn't even get milk, you couldn't get toilet roll, you couldn't get sugar, you couldn't get none of these things that we now call, oh, these are essential commodities. You couldn't find them on the market. It got to a point where you have to go and get a chit approved by some government officials, say, for one kind of milk. You know, I'm saying all of this is that there's a human being who thinks needs to go through all of this before they start reasoning. No, they have common sense. So hoarding by, then people were hoarding, then the soldiers will go and discover that a whole bunch of flour is being hoarded, then they move it out, and they are supposed to sell it to the public at control price, and of course, they take half home. But no, folks, let me come back to this so I stop talking plenty. Lawlessness. That stupid driver we saw, bragging, so uncompliant.
So what you say? 110 cities and the edge.
It's lawlessness. Who born dog? Pacho Bunt me Kabiham, you mammy or have you?
Who born dog? Who born dog? Who born dog? Who born dog?
Who born dog? Who is a Tro-Tro driver to say, wait now, this law that has been issued by the government, I won't obey it proudly, and even put his face on TV to know, say, I will disobey the law. Who born dog? Charlie, so that's what we're talking about, say. The main problem in Ghana is lawlessness. I have a very, very good brother-in-law. I think he's somewhere, maybe around 83 years old. Or a penny. So me because to be a penny and so a penny because me cry me no means so. This man is about 83 years old. He has bought and invested in so much land across Accra. Master, he's in court every week defending land that he has bought. Land that he has bought, that he owns, that people are encroaching. He has the papers. If it was a country that was lawful, he wouldn't have to go to court. Oh, this is your deed, this is thing. You have the papers, would ya? The end of discussion. 80-year-old man has to go to court twice a week, sometimes more, to fight for the land he is paid for with his money. Lawlessness. And what is creating this lawlessness? There are people, langas now, they come and when they see any vacant land, they just come and grab it. People now can make fake titles and fake deeds, allegedly being held by people from the Lands Commission, allegedly being assisted by people of the Land Commission. So the land that you bought maybe 5 years ago, they'll go and fake a deed that says it was even sold to them even before 5 years ago when you came to buy it. And they are using it. And the real owners are in court. Lawlessness. They are in court. And one of the scariest parts is this. Even the policemen that they are trusting will handle this issue. They'll take money from this side, they'll take money from that side, allegedly, and frustrate you and prolong the case. Not just the policemen taking from here and there, allegedly some judges too, lawyers. So where are we? Lawlessness. And then you ask me, so okay, so after you have said all of this, why do you say that Ghana will rise? Trust me. Do you know why I know Ghana will rise? Because of the voices of reason are going to take over. Yeah, bre. Thank you. It's so tiring to say, no, we are getting sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's enough. You have an 84-year-old man going to court twice a week to claim his land. He has the deed or personal. Lawyers go and come. Why? Lawlessness. But let me say this. A time is coming very, 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 very soon where it won't be like KSM and a few others, on TV, Johnny Hughes, I think I can name people who are on TV crusading and drawing people's attention to the fact that something is going wrong and we can't continue this way and this crap must stop. And so, yes, these things do not let me lose hope, say we are building the nation. No. These things give me the power that will build the nation. These things give me the energy that we will do the right thing so that the voices of reason will start talking. Must say, ain't easy. But then so what? What is easy in this world? What is easy? It is not easy, but then so what? Do you think it's easy how the CD is appreciating amazingly? You go and sit down with people who understand policies that are in place and the things that are now being done with the new gold board. Go and sit down with them and listen. When we say the gold board has earned about 5.7 billion for Ghana in 4 months, do you know that all that money would have been in somebody's pocket? All the money, thanks to the gold board, that they make sure that the remittances are sent to government, all this money would have been leaked to Chinese, to Indians, to other nationals, to criminals. And the only reason that we are increasing our capacity and getting revenue from the gold board is because we are blocking the loopholes. And check this out. Those people who have lost that 5.7 billion which have gone to somebody's pocket, you think they are sitting down quietly? You think so? They are masterminding. They are planning. How do we get rid of this? How do you do this? How do we get things back our way, which was the wrong way? But I'm telling you, folks, I used to speak pidgin English when I was a young guy. Now I'm old, I don't know. But there was some expression that I like. I heard somebody using it very. You say, now when the eyes open, no. when the eyes there, or what's that? Black Americans say we are now woke. People are woke. People are woke, and the millennials, their thinking is not. There's more focus, there's more direction, and they are more and more and more resilient to nonsense. So, folks, today I'm not talking about any politics now. Politics, no, I'm talking about the people of Ghana. I think I did a show once with Kennedy Japan, and he said a statement on the show that attracted so much attention. He said, Ghanaians are born bad.
We are naturally born bad.
Ghanaians are born bad.
Yeah, we are naturally born bad. You like to take it or leave it. I'll tell you the gospel truth.
And Ghanaians are born bad. And folks, you know, this is like a very general statement, you know. You can't generalize that Ghanaians are born bad. The sad thing is that to a large extent, Wana people, did you hear Mr. Jekum Kufo, the businessman who owned Karma Industries before he died? The pain he went through. He wanted to come on my show. Unfortunately, we never got the chance to. I said, KSM, I want to come on your show just to tell you how some Ghanaians are born bad. It's very, very sad. You know, but I am energized, and so are you. So are many of the people who listen to us, by the way. Thank you all for all the great comments you send me. I appreciate it. Yes, I appreciate it, because it gives me the hope and the energy to realize that there are people listening. And very, very soon it's going to be coming from all angles of building the nation. And whatever it takes, this nation shall rise again. Oh. We will not be stopped or cowed by drivers on this. I said they won't comply. Let me tell you something that I always talk about. You all know Kwekwanansi. He's very crafty, sly, tricky Kwekwanansi. Someone you know Kwekwanansi. Here's the thing, Kwekwanansi is presented as a con man. He's very crafty. Kwekwanansi is the ultimate con man. But we have done it in such a way that at the end of the day, he suffers from a few things he did. So people are thinking, so the idea is that don't do bad, because if you do bad, you will suffer. No, that's not how I see it. That's not how I see it. I see it that we have created this con man, that froster. And sadly, folks, Kwekwanansi is a national hero. Hey, Anansi, we glorify Kwekwanansi. He's a folk hero. So to this I ask, if as a people, our folk hero is a con artist, what do you think? And people say, oh, no. At the end of the day, that's an argument I had with one traditionalist. KSM said, at the end of the day, he suffers and he pays for his suffering. So the message to the people is that if you do these things, how you pay. I said, then you have delivered the wrong way. Then don't make Kwekwanansi, who is the hero, a con froster. Make him an alert investigator who's looking to bust crime. Make Kwekwanansi a crime buster or a knowledge inventor. Make it something positive so that as kids, when you are reading Kwekwanansi, you are appreciating his drive to bust crime. Don't turn him into a criminal. We all know that at the end of the day, criminals suffer. Where your news? We all know. At the end of the way, some of you say, thing, you know. So that is a basic understanding. So why waste time to create a folk hero? Say, oh no, no, it was wrong. So all I'm saying is that I expect all of you young writers, dynamic people who are now reinventing Kwekwanansi. People are doing that now. I'll bring some of them on my show one of these days. So they sat down to think that the whole psyche behind this Kwekwanansi crash should change. They are building into heroes who are fighting crime and not criminals who are teaching us how crime will affect us all. So, no, me can't say Kekeo, but I'm saying that if Kwekwanansi is a folk hero, if our folk hero is a froster, what do you expect? You know? That's why you'll be interviewing somebody for a job. Say, Charlie, this guy sounds very intelligent. I'm interviewing him from this job. You know, all the time you're interviewing him, he's looking into your face, he's smiling at you, he's nodding his head, and he's thinking, hey, Charlie, if I get this job, Charlie, how? What can I do when I get in here? As you're interviewing him to hire him, he's planning that if he should get the job, how can he scam you? It's a sad thing. But at the end of the day, that is more reason we need to join all of us to build this nation. We don't have a choice, oh. It's not an option. It's not like, oh, do we build our nation or do we forget our nation? No, it's not an option. We have only one option and say, yeah, so whatever we can to make our country a better place. It has started. Right now, people are quite a very good friend. I salute the city. KSM had so many dollars in my account too. They say I'm rushing. Say I'll go and change them all back into the CDO. He says sometimes it goes to a what do you call it? Forex. I can't give you all. You take money to Forex. They say we can't change your. We can just take part of it. Then you have to find another Forex. They take part of it because they are not even rushing for the dollar. Is that a crime? And when the country has been able to get to this stage, I think it is the platform for all of us to realize that we want even better. By the way, I have a message for Auto Forcing. So a businessman who has his money in dollars, I say, yes, a booba show, so I catch Auto and say, money bang. I say, Auto, you don't like a crowd who are medical. What's saying, you know, money bang? That's just a joke to lighting is all up, you know. Sometimes you just have to lighting things. I would say, to money bang my. But no, on the serious tip, this is just an indication that we have something in this country that we can be proud of. And it is fantastic that it has started with our currency. Dr. Ifrumamu of blessed memory, he started talking about mindsetting long ago. Dr. Ifrumamu, listen to the song. Yera Yasasini. This land belongs to us. Yera Yasasini. This belongs beyond to us all. And he talks about the muja, the bloodshed that our forefathers shed to build this. He says now it is our turn to continue where they left off. And why we continue where they left off? With fraud? It won't work. It won't work. So folks, I just used this driver thing, but the driver thing is just a minuscule thing of the big problem. The whole big problem is lawlessness. Do you think in a lawful country, some driver will have the nerve to come and say I won't comply?
Because so what you say? 110 cities and
or take people around and come and put them back. Say me for Monko.
Guys, I'm in circle right now, and the car loaded is, and the car has come back to the station because we are refusing to pay the actual money he asked us to pay. The government said 50%. He's saying that he's not going to take that 50% from the money. And now we are on our way. He has brought us back to the station that we should get down.
Who born dog? I'm sorry when I say it because me can't get there. Chairman, one more time for me.
Who born dog? Who born dog? Who born dog? Who born dog?
And not only who born dog, you know, for you people to even to get the idea that we will not support anything that will create a better nation for us. You know? How dare you? Oh, here I go, my mistake. Oh. But let me let my chairman, he can even put a better chairman to those people. Please talk to them.
I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. Ha!
I like that too. I can say you. How dare you? One more time, Mr. Chairman.
I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. Ha!
Folks at the people, you know, we have to talk, we have to, you know, but the bottom line is this. All those Tro-Tro drivers, I say they are just making noise. At the end of the day, they will comply. And so to my dear friend who told me that these are all signs that we cannot build this nation, let me tell you something. These are signs that many of us are now ready to rise and add our voice to fight the voice of the wreckers. So this nation, we are dying. It will rise. We are dying. Ghana will rise. We are dying. Ghana will rise. Because apart from these foolish voices of non-compliance, there are decent people in Ghana who want to comply. And trust me, they are the majority. We probably don't hear about them because they are quiet. But there are people who are willing to comply. Listen to these ones here.
Na me buy me hu so ma tebo no so omo age me 50 Ghana na omo je 56 te me bo ma baso pa me bo ma baso
ampana ebia eti ati say ya tisu mo but na no point me frukawa but omo tisu amaye our drivers in the omo ya de mum any aban so ya de aban no ya de fa because aban dada no ya wonu sa wow nti we say we abade na ya dana si
ya titini nyina so first na isama 31 ina kede 47 43 ina kufuri 56 beni nyina titini nyina so seji isama 27 ina ji kede 38 ina ji kufuri 50 cities nti say de ya titini nyina so ntino ya two advance nyina fo so bia ntiti ni fe ne so most aban kan and pepepe the first Ghana.
Yeah, folks, I just to let you know that our big fight is lawlessness, and we're going to target how in the world we get to restore a lawful country that respects law. But I thought I would just use this driver's issue to my friend that was so discouraged. He said, Charlie, nation building can't wait because a few crazy people are not complying. You've seen those who are willing to comply. And my point is this, the positive people with the high energy, sadly, we are allowing the voices of the nation wreckers to drown it. But that is not history. Whatever we consider gendarme, that we consider not correct, we shall suffocate with the truth. Folks, I tell you, but the last thing I want to throw out this is, with the rate that the city is appreciating, all of you out there saying, oh, policy be anyhow, it's just happening. Come on, guys. Are you for real? Take my advice. Stop quarreling with success. You can't quarrel with success. Because yes, it is for real. There are policies in place that are happening. And we know that things can go up and down, but we are confident. So tell keep the focus, man. Ato, Minister of Finance, Mr. Siama, Bank of Ghana, and I can't forget you, JM, man. You say you are offering excellent leadership that is creating the change. So we hear you. Keep it up. Make it even more excellent. Until then, folks, this country, we are dying. Ghana shall rise again.